Okay, so let's jump into this. If you haven't seen the first one, hopefully I've got the link up above, but we are looking at a second question based on the same idea. So we've already figured out the slope. We figured out that in this situation, when the thermometer was placed outside, it was 6 below zero. It was -6 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, so you may want to watch the other video just to so you're clear on how we got to this point in the situation. Okay, so now the question is, when would the temperature reach 49 degrees? Assuming the temperature continued to change at a constant rate. So we're going with that idea that, this crazy day, the temperature just rose steadily, the same amount every single hour for 8 hours. Now this is saying if it continued. So it might take longer than that to get to 49 degrees. After 7 hours, we're at 32.5. To get to 49 degrees, we're trying to figure out when that would happen. So again, what I'm doing is in walking you through this is I'm trying to get you to see how you would approach a problem like this. So I'm trying to walk you through the thought process. And one of those things would be to read the question a couple of times. Like that's just basic. That's just like students who are really successful with this. This is what I see them doing. This is what I do. And I've been doing this for 100 years. So, this is like a great starting point. It's just to kind of read through it a couple of times and make sure that you're clear on what in the world they're talking about. So when, think about on the chart, which one of these means when? Hours, how many hours? That's when something happens. A temperature is not a when, right? That's not like a when did that happen? So this is asking for X. We're solving an X value, which we already have right here. We know that's what we're looking for. When would the temperature reach 49 degrees? Well, it says plainly, like we figured out that the temperature is the Y value. So Y is 49 in this. Okay. Well, we've got a slope of 11/2, right? We have that. And we have something else really important that we figured out in the last video, the first question here. We figured out the y-intercept. All of that's going to work together in our favor. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to use a formula that you have likely seen many, many times. Y = mx plus b, right? And we know a Y value. Y is 49. When is the temperature going to be 49 degrees? That's a Y value. We know the M is slope, is 11/2. We know X is what we're looking for here. So I'm not going to put parentheses. I'm just going to put X there. And we know B because B is the y-intercept. Remember that when you're graphing, B is like telling you where to begin. You begin on the y-axis, right? So y-intercept is -6. Okay. So instead of plus, I'm going to put -6 for that. Okay. So you may want to watch that part again as I'm walking you through like where all the parts and pieces are coming from, because now you're just solving for X. So it's fairly straightforward from here. You're probably getting to be a pretty good equation solver by this point. So we're going to add 6 to both sides. That gives us 55 equals 11/2x. All right. Dealing with the fractions, never fun. There are several ways to go from here. I'm going to just say that I'm going to multiply by 2/11 because I want to get rid of this fraction. And if I do that, 11 divided by 11 is 1. 2 divided by 2 is 1. That leaves me with just X. Okay. Well, if I multiply by 2/11 there, I have to multiply by 2/11 here on the other side. You know that. All right. I'm going to put 55/1 so I can kind of see this as a fraction. So let me put this up here at the top where we can just have a little space. Okay. So think about 55 and 11. Those will both divide by 11. 11 divided by 11 is 1. 55 divided by 11 is 5. And now I've got 2 times 5 is 10. Over 1 times 1 is 1. 10 divided by 1 is 10. So I've just found out that X equals 10. And that's what we were looking for. When would the temperature reach 49 degrees? Well, the answer to that is after 10 hours. It would take 10 hours to get the temperature up to 49 degrees. And so, yeah. I'm just thinking, what's another way we could have done this? Well, we know 4 hours is 16. 4 is 16, and I want to go to 49. And I know it's going up 11 degrees every 2 hours. So let me erase the 49. Well, let's think. Okay, after 6 hours, I need to add 11. So that'd be 27 degrees. After 8 hours, add 11. That'd be 38 degrees. After 10 hours, add 11. That'd be 49 degrees. Woo, there we go. Okay, there's another way we could have seen this. After 10 hours, it'll be 49 degrees. Okay. 2 ways to get there. All right. I hope that helps. I'll see you next time.